out there, and he ran the system. My goodness, you know what I mean? He's that classic, he doesn't look it, but dude, he can run the offense. Wouldn't that be funny if something did happen to Stafford and he takes him on a long run?
He might. I mean, again, the guy's a winner. He won a couple national titles at Georgia. In fact, I forgot to put two and two together that when they won the national title this past year, it was at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. The guy has won big games already in that stadium. So, but yeah, we didn't know what we were getting with this guy. He wasn't exactly highly ranked coming out of Georgia. Was he a great player? Was he a national champion? All those things, yes. But when you talked about the top quarterbacks going into the draft, his name really wasn't near the top of the list. So, but this guy's a winner, and I think he proved it in that first NFL preseason game. So we'll see what we get from there. But I thought, even though the Rams lost, if you're a Rams fan, you're feeling a little bit better about the future of the team, knowing that, Stetson Bennett balled out in his first, action in a Rams uniform.
He did. He showed the poise under the noise.
Yeah, he sure did, man. He sure did. And we could talk more quarterbacks here, in fact. 49ers against the Raiders. 34-7, the Raiders won. If this was a regular season game, I feel like that score would be a lot different. But silver and black, enjoy the W this morning. They did hammer the 49ers. Trey Lance and Sam Darnold battling for the backup job, and neither guy was, fantastic in this game. But on the flip side for the Raiders, Aiden O'Connell, guy out of Purdue. Listen, I'm a Big Ten football fan. I barely heard of Aiden O'Connell, but he was the star in the game for the Raiders, actually looking really good.
Yeah, man, it's surprising to see who kind of emerges in these preseason games, but it is cool just to see him get to play a little bit, and we get to see what can happen. You're right.
Exactly. A lot of these preseason games, the starters will not play. In fact, they might not even play a single snap. Aaron Rodgers was in street clothes. Like, there was no way he was getting into a preseason game, and he still might not in these final two. So these preseason games are really, keeping an eye on, maybe there's a starting spot still up for grabs. Backups, especially the backup quarterback. We know the backup quarterback position is so important, or that second or third running back on a team, because these guys will get snaps. These guys are going to play an important part for your team going forward. So there are reasons to watch these NFL preseason games. At least for me, I enjoy watching the quarterbacks because I know more times than not, a starter will not make it through all 17 regular season games for a variety of different reasons, a lot of that being injury. So it's important who's your backup.
It's a time when young players can make a play, so it's kind of exciting to watch preseason because you can see that kid out of nowhere who actually shows some talent and ends up making the team. And it's fun growing up, or living here, to see the IE guys. This is classic IE guy territory, these preseason games.
Oh, then you're going to love this, Patrick. IE guy versus veteran backup guy. Our guy Tanner McKee, the pride of Centennial High School, man. He is battling for the backup job with Marcus Mariotta, who I just watched that series on Netflix, Quarterbacks, and he was one of the guys they featured. And at the end of towards the end of the series, they found out, that Marcus Mariotta was signing with the Philadelphia Eagles to go back up Jalen Hurts. Well, guess what? Our guy Tanner McKee, the pride of Centennial High School, in his first preseason game, was one of the best-looking quarterbacks all weekend long. So Marcus Mariotta, if he thought he was just going to, get the backup job, he's got another thing coming. Tanner McKee is going to make him work for it. Tanner McKee might be the guy for the Philadelphia Eagles as the backup.
And in that documentary series that you're talking about, Quarterback, it was a tough look for him leaving the team.
It was, and he seems like, I'm not a big Marcus Mariota fan, but I came away from that series liking him a little bit more. I'm like, he's a nice guy, man. He's got a kid now. Like, he's a consummate professional. He goes out there, he works hard, always going to practice, but it just hasn't really seemed to work out following that, his run with Tennessee, where they were actually kind of good with him as the starting quarterback. And I thought, He's a similar type quarterback to Jalen Hurts, a quarterback that's got to be mobile, can get out of the pocket. I'm like, he's kind of the perfect guy, right, to back up Jalen Hurts so the Eagles can still run that offense until Tanner McKee burst onto the scene and had that first preseason game and looked really good. And Tanner McKee was at Stanford, and he was more of a a traditional pocket passer, right? But if you're a local football fan and you follow the Centennial Huskies, you know this guy ripped off some long touchdown runs. And this guy was sneaky fast. And so
Yes.
maybe he can be Jalen Hurts' backup quarterback.
There's the thing when you said he's a really nice guy. He falls into that category. Yes, he's a great backup, but as a starter, he's a really nice guy. Kind of gives me the Kirk Cousins feeling.
Yeah.
Or when your friend says she's got a great personality. Kind of the same category, I feel.
No, that might be true. That might be true as well. But yeah, he is a nice guy. But if you're the Eagles and you're trying to trend maybe skew a little bit younger, right, then Tanner McKee might be the guy. So that, again, another reason to watch NFL preseason games. In fact, the Browns are going to play the Eagles this Thursday night. I think it's the only Thursday night game this coming week. So it'll be Tanner McKee, the pride of Centennial, and Stanford going up against Dorian Thompson-Robinson, DTR, the former UCLA quarterback, who was another guy who really stood out in his 2 preseason games, because remember the Browns had the Hall of Fame game as well. So he's another guy that has really blossomed here in his preseason opportunity. So that's good. That's a good quarterback battle. McKee versus DTR. They had it in the Pac-12. They're going to have it again on Thursday night.
These young quarterbacks are plug and play, dude. They know how to run these systems.
Yeah, and that's kind of the blueprint, right, to win in the NFL now is you get a young quarterback that you can play, his rookie year or his second year in, and you've got them for 2, 3, 4, 5 years on this rookie contract, so you can have a great quarterback and use that money to surround them with other great players and really be a championship contender. That's kind of the blueprint right now.
It's kind of cool. I mean, we're just a couple weeks away from college football, and we're only 3 weeks away from NFL. Pep, have you prepared yourself? My wife has already said, see you in 4 months.
Yeah, no. My wife knows the drill, and in fact, we've got high school football here in the Inland Empire that start this week. So we got games on Thursday night and Friday night. So I accelerated that whole process. My football season starts this week, but yeah, I can't wait for college and NFL. I'm a big fan.
I love how they have it staggered. High school in a week.
Yes.
College in 2 weeks. Pros in 3 weeks. Along the whole way, we check in with our guy, Pep. Tell him how to get your stuff.
Hey, get my stuff. If you're down with local football, you can get my stuff on Inland Sports, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We got the Inland Sports YouTube channel. Head over there right now. Hit that subscribe button. That's Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.